Hey guys, thanks for joining us again here at NYCCHATROOM with Tiffany and Lauren. Today we're going to be reviewing Blackinkcrew. We're going to do episodes 16 and 17 together. So don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. So it pretty much started with Walt needed money for his new move. He's trying to get out the projects. As we've seen over the past couple of seasons, Walt has had a lot of stumbling issues with alcohol, and then he lost a lot of, his kids ended up leaving, and he ended up living in the projects again. So now he's trying to gain, what was it, $6,000, I think it was. Now, that's like regular for New York City. It's crazy that's how much people have to spend.
That's on the low end, because he has how many kids? 2 or 3?
3?
So,
I think 3.
For the average, are they all male?
No, he has a daughter.
Okay, so yes, at least a 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
1 for him and 2 for the kids.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be living. I don't know if they're just coming to visit, because I think
I thought he was saying, because he had custody originally.
He did.
And he was saying that he had to send them away for a minute.
Yeah.
And now he's...
Because remember one season, I think it was a season before or a couple seasons, we saw one of the baby mamas, she was pregnant. That was the last one that he just had. So I don't know if he had custody of that one, but I think he had of the previous ones that he did have. But nonetheless, they all had to leave. Mm-hmm. And he's trying to, get his kids back, which, you gotta respect. He's trying to do better. He don't want them to see him, in the projects. So he has the idea to have a calendar kind of photo shoot type of thing. We know Black Ink is always good for a good party.
Yeah.
They always make an excuse to have a party. So this is the Walt build his or gain his fund to move type of thing. So before we get to the party, we also see with who should we do? Teddy and what is that girl's name? Tati. I don't know why I keep wanting to call her Tati. Tati. She sits down with him and she pretty much tells him that she feels he was in the wrong for how he handled the whole Alex situation. With she said he snuck him, which he did.
Yeah, and she actually was kind of calling him out for it. Mm-hmm. Not just saying you snuck him, but she was like, I would never do what you did, which is pretty much walk up on a man who has his back to you
and wasn't doing anything.
No,
he wasn't yelling, he wasn't cursing, he was doing absolutely nothing.
Right.
And you walked up on him and snuck him. So you was wrong. And for you to tell your woman that she's going against you, she didn't say it in front of people. She didn't say it in front of her friends, in front of your friends. She said it to you. And I mean, she was right. She was right. What you did was fucked up.
Yeah.
The way you handled that. And I understand, your cousin, if he's fighting, but there wasn't even a fight. Like nothing was happening until y'all did what you did.
Yeah, Teddy actually hit him first, so...
Right, like he wasn't even rowdy. He wasn't saying anything.
I know if it were like my sister and she was fighting... No, my sisters argue with people and I haven't ran up on them and hit them.
Right.
I know that if somebody hit my family, I probably would hit them, but he didn't even have a chance to hit anybody. He was just standing there like...
He didn't know what was about to happen.
Yeah.
It wasn't no build-up. There wasn't a build-up to it. So, yeah, we see
Caesar was being a giant bully.
Which he has
Teddy
been for the past few seasons.
As his little flunky. Mm-hmm. So I think that a good girlfriend tells you when you're wrong. So I don't really like their relationship, and I don't
believe
that it's real exactly. But let's just for
face value.
Exactly, taking it for what it is on the show. That is what a good woman does.
Yeah.
Say, look, hey, now that it's just me and you were wrong. You shouldn't have done that,
and you should apologize.
Right.
I don't think she said anything, out the way to you, but, he was feeling some type of way about that.
Which I don't get, because when it first aired, Teddy posted on his Instagram an apology to...
Which I didn't see.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, okay. And people were dragging him in the comments like, bitch ass nigga. And he apologized. I don't know what... And then I did see where Alex was also talking shit in comments, as he had every right to, because he got violated on TV.
Yeah.
Now it's this unapologetic thing that him and Caesar are doing.
Yeah. I'm sure it's for, just to get the season going.
Yeah.
And because speaking of Alex, you know, with him going to the doctor, we see that now he has said that the doctor has told him that he can't tattoo anymore.
Yeah. There's all kinds of there are one-legged people running races.
Yeah.
There are one-armed people baking pies.
Things you can make it happen.
Exactly.
If
this
you
is
really
2019.
want to. Get you a special chair.
A table
back
where they
brace.
can climb up.
Like it has to be get them on a certain level to where you don't have to
where
bend
you can
like
be straight
that.
up and they can be straight up.
Right. There's ways to it, you know. So I don't think you're out for the count forever.
Alex seems very sickly, and
I felt that too.
I mean, shit. I mean, if you really want to talk about it in terms of strategy, I'd have a whole neck brace and everything. Like, I can't even think straight. I'm so hurt.
Yeah, because we see that, you know, when he tells Donna is feeling some type of way about it. You know, she's bothered. Mm-hmm. And her idea is to hit Caesar in his pockets.
Yeah. Which
we see, you know, later on in the show what she means by that when she says, you know, she wants to sue, or she thinks that he should go ahead and sue. Mm-hmm. So originally Alex was like, he don't know if he's feeling that, because normally that's not street code.
Well, normally if you're going to sue, don't you have to like call the cops on them first?
I don't think so. No.
No? Mm-mm. You don't have to like
especially
have a police report?
Especially if they have footage of it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I don't think you have to do that in this type of instance. And
I'm sure it wouldn't have hurt if he would have called them and been like, no, you're getting arrested.
Right, but he does have hospital records.
Yeah.
So that does count. Mm-hmm. And the lawyer, you know, as we see later on, does say that he has a case overall. So I guess we'll see what happens with that part. But back to the party. So the whole Walt Get Money party, like we said, you know, Teddy and Tati aren't really on good terms. So when they get to the party, Teddy is like real off, like brushing her off, not paying attention to her, not speaking to her, which is childish. Like he is such a bitch. He is so childish, but
he's getting progressively more and more annoying every season. He used to just be the cool, kind of cute
dude
guy
that just sits in the corner. You know, you don't know what he does.
Now they're playing him up, and it's like, sit back down, Teddy.
Yeah,
like, they're annoying.
Right. So he's like not talking to her, and then we have the other tattoo artist. She's from Puerto Rico. Jesus.
Crystal? That feels right.
It does.
Let's call her Crystal.
We're gonna call her Crystal for right now. Yeah. So
the new girl.
Yeah, the new girl. So he starts flirting with her. And, you know, for her little photo shoot for whatever month, I think she was October, you know, she was pretty, you know.
She had on one of them Coliseum.
Yeah, they had to put the little cover-ups on her stuff to cover it up, because she was a little bit out there. Everybody else had on, like, outfits, their regular clothes.
Yeah, she just went out on a limb.
She did. And
it wasn't even like a Foxy Nurse outfit or anything that would go with October. It was just slutty.
Yeah, and that's what Tati said. Is this Hotober or something like that? Now you out of line. Like, yeah, Tati was wrong the way. Yeah, Tati was wrong the way she mentioned Hotober. Like, that's not your place. I don't know you like that.
She's very mild, this new girl. She doesn't know the black ink way, but she goes to get them like, what, bitch?
Yeah,
and they were supposed to
maybe she's warming up to it. We don't know. Maybe she has a little something brewing in the back. But yeah, so the whole
I miss Jada, because Jada was good for a good 2-piece.
She was especially with this Tati one.
Yeah.
Like she didn't let her like your
breathe.
little slick mouth. Like, no.
So what, bitch?
Yeah. Like, no, your slick mouth is not gonna work.
Like, she a 2-piece, that little girl.
And she always got a mouth on her. This damn Tati
baby with her little ass.
Yeah. So. Yeah, he pretty much flirts with her in the episode, and she feels some type of way, so she ends up leaving. Mm-hmm. And that's how they pretty much are throughout the the first half of the episode 16. And moving on after the party into the next episode, we see that it comes out that they didn't raise enough money in order to
they didn't even try to sell it online.
Like apparently they didn't make
they had a little jar.
I don't know where they thought
were supposed to like $3,000 in a mason jar.
Right. Where were you gonna get all that money off of Walt's calendar? Like, who wanna see y'all every month?
Big Fish, the production company, like, you guys
I
are so dry. Like, who did you fire? Get them back. You need to call up fucking Sassy, coma.
Yeah.
Duchess is done with y'all. But, like, these old people that made the show better, because it's like, come on, a calendar shoot. The props were jank.
It really wasn't anything.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything.
They didn't put up a link to the public so it was believable. Like, oh, buy a calendar.
Right.
It's just a mason jar going around for his rent.
Yeah.
We didn't make the money, so now we're going to Vegas.
Yeah. They didn't even go to Vegas. They went to Foxwoods. That's right down the street, y'all, from New York. It's like a hop, skipping away. So they ended up, Caesar's idea was, let's go and gamble. That will get you your money. That's a stupid idea. I mean, people...
Is he supposed to be a boss?
Yeah.
I'm the boss of New York. I'm the king of New York.
Yeah, with his 4... Right now he has 4 tattoo shops.
Yeah, he could have just loaned $6 grand.
He really could have. He really could have. But for the sake of the show... So they decide to go to Foxwoods. Everybody shows up. Bae brings Nico, the baby. He was very cute. She comes there with Nico, and then her mom, who's there.
They're really pushing this mom thing.
They are pushing the mom thing very much. And, so they all end up out there. Kitty, C's, Teddy, and the rest of them. So by the time they get there, C's is not feeling good. He's feeling real lethargic. He feels like he wants to pass out. So we see the paramedics come and they rush and all this. Turns out C's needed some cookies and a juicy juice.
Is he diabetic?
No, they said his sugar was low because of stress. That's what they said, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. But that's what they said was wrong with him. And that's why
Have you ever heard that happening to anyone?
I don't know if it's about. I've never heard of it from stress.
Sugar was low.
I have heard.
You
know,
be
the
like
sugar.
have to have hypoglycemia or something.
Right. I've heard other reasons, but never because of stress. Maybe that is something.
Maybe because you didn't eat shit like that.
Yeah.
But not
maybe.
Stress.
Yeah. They said it was because of stress, according to him. So they end up not. Him and Teddy ends up being his babysitter and not going downstairs to gamble. So the girls leave, which is Tati, Kitty, and Bae. They end up, going to gamble. Where was Walt? I don't know where Walt was. This was all for him. I don't know where he was. But, yeah. They go down there. They start gambling. And the girls tell Tati, they're like, oh, what's going on with you and Teddy? And Tati's like, oh, we're working through some things. I told him how I felt. Supposedly this is after they made up in a park. Her and Teddy, they talked about it. They said it's going to take some time to get over it. But this is supposed to be after all of that. So they end up in, the little bar area. And they tell her, like, well, when we were teaching Bae how to drive, me and Caesar, this is Kitty, she's like, we saw him with Crystal coming out of a restaurant. They say restaurant. It looked like a coffee shop when you looked at it, which is what he confirmed, that it was just a coffee shop. But they were like, no, it looks like dinner. It looks like dinner. So Tati, of course, gets her, on her high horse, and she's like, oh, no, I'm going to speak to him now. So she goes into the room and wakes him up, and he's in a teddy bear snuggie. Teddy.
I remember seeing that. I'm like, when she pulled the covers back, he was in his little snug, his little onesie.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
This show
so he's in his
weird,
onesie, and she's like, you're not gonna sleep, and he's acting like he's trying to sleep, and she's like,
big,
yeah, and she's like, did you sleep with her? Are you sleeping with her? And he's looking at her like, you're crazy. This is why. What I think, Teddy wants this girl to break up with him. He doesn't want to seem like the jerk that he is, and he's a type that when he's in something, the slightest thing will turn him off, and he wants to be completely done with it. And I think that's how he felt about this little situation. It rubbed him the wrong way with how she came at him, and now he wants to completely be done with her, but he doesn't want to be the one to do it. That's just how I think this situation looks like it's playing out. Because why would you be at a coffee shop? He says it was to talk about her, Tati. Why would you be in a coffee shop with a girl that I already suspect you're doing something with, talking about me? And then you don't even tell me that it happened or that you were going to do it. None of the above. Like, who does that? Nobody does that. That makes absolutely no sense.
I think they're both, you know, doing this because without the relationship, what would we want to know about them?
Right, nothing. Because neither one of them. I mean, she does this. Her tattoo style is called stick poke, according to what she says. Which
She's a tattoo artist, or was she like just like a manager?
No, she does tattoos.
Oh.
Yeah, but she said her style of tattooing is the stick poke, which is the ancient way of doing the tattoos where they have the needle and they do this.
I think it's tie, right?
Is it tie or? Maybe you're right.
So I know Rihanna had it on her hands.
Yeah.
I think she did it in Thailand.
Yeah, maybe. I thought it was like a Samoan.
Could
Maybe.
be.
Yeah, something like that. So basically they do the tap, 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 and it's supposed to be a more painful type of tattooing. So I don't know why people choose that. I don't know if it makes the tattoos brighter.
Well, I know
I'm not
Rihanna
sure.
did it because she said she's admitted she's into pain.
I can
which
see
is
that.
weird.
Yeah. Tattooing, even though it is painful, it's a weird sensation. I will say that the initial pain and then it becomes like a warming feeling, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not addicted to it. I don't feel like I need to have it happen, but I can see how someone can somehow get into that feeling of having that happen constantly.
I like the end result, but
I can see what that is.
If someone could numb me all the way up, I wouldn't want to feel shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the two of them pretty much fighting with each other, and him saying, you know what, I want to be, you know, I don't even know that, I don't know how else to show that I love you or whatever the case is, or I want to be with you. Their situation is stupid. I can tell by the end of the season it's going to be done. I don't think this is going to last very, very long.
They need to go back to the old model of Black Ink.
Yeah, like with the real people. Right now, it's not real. So...
And we had Sky with her stupid store drama.
Oh, yes.
Talking about she wasn't making money.
She didn't come with them because she had her drama in Miami where they weren't making money. And then she goes to the store to pretend like she is a boss for them and trying to teach them how to sell. What the hell has Sky ever sold?
Yeah.
Where is her credentials coming from?
She should have a store manager that knows all about retail and a
Right.
buyer and stuff like that.
What have you sold? I mean, I haven't even heard her ever talk about she's had a retail job. From what we know, Sky has been in and out of jail in her younger years.
She was doing credit card fraud.
Right. She was doing, illegal activity. I never heard her say that she had
shit.
Some type of actual job. So I don't know where she's coming from with telling them that they're doing a shitty job at what they're doing. Listen, ain't enough check in the world to have me stand there and have Sky talk to me crazy.
Yeah, somebody like, you're not selling, you're here because you're not selling shit.
I'll
get my purse.
Right, like, that's not how, I don't care that's not how you talk to an employee. I'm camera or no camera. Yeah, like, no.
Like, we gonna be on TV? We gonna be on
I guess that's how, because remember back in the day when the Kardashians had that store Dash, and Erica Mena was a sales girl there. So I guess if that's what you aspire for, you can make it happen from doing that.
I mean, I guess if that's what they're into, they could just say something crazy to her and then end up in a quick fight and then try to sell some lipstick on Instagram. I don't know.
Maybe eventually. Maybe the one that had them short shorts on with her ass cracks out. Like, girl, is that how I mean, I can understand stylish, but that's a little bit much.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's in Miami, so they're naked down there.
I guess.
Sky also talked about, her arguing with her son. I didn't like what she was saying.
I didn't either.
What she was
that annoyed me because she said a lot of things that she shouldn't have said. And we know Sky's mouth is very slick.
You can only imagine what she said to that poor kid.
Yeah.
And how much of her son's expected to take with that mouth.
Right. And you keep using the excuse of, I don't know how to be a mother. I don't know. Figure that shit out somehow.
She doesn't know how to be a decent human being because in the past we've seen, like, she came at Donna and tried to fight her, and Donna kind of beat her ass again. And she's like, "Oh, that's my sister. Come here!" Like she could just go off and do whatever she wants to people and be like, "Oh,
like I'm sorry."
Yeah, like okay,
that's
we fought, but I still love you.
Yeah.
I punched you in the face. I spit on you. I said these crazy things about you.
And these are people that you birthed. Even though you were 14, 15, however old you were, you still had these two kids. So for you to
and
be
it seems
able
like
to
Dez
talk
has
like
been nothing but patient
right,
with her, and then
he was the most welcoming.
The minute he said something
her.
to her, now it's like, oh, well,
and it was
fuck
about
you.
his father. Like the same way you wanted to come into his life, he has that right. And if you feel like his father's trash, let him see that for himself. He's a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Like let him see that the man is trash. If if that's the case, that's his.
Guy's trash. So who is she to judge?
Right. Like you've had your issues too. So you wanted to come back in your kid's life. You've been saying that for how many seasons, and you made it happen.
And she's being verbally abusive to them. So what worse could he do than what she's doing to them?
Pretty much.
She's very sometimey with them. Maybe he'll be consistent.
Neither one of you sound like you've had much training in how to speak to people and how to deal with people. Because he don't seem like he knows how to speak at all.
Who, the red guy?
Yes.
Hey, your mom took me out to
He just got too many teeth. I don't know about y'all, but I can't stand him.
He seemed like he put his whole body into putting out the sentence.
Yeah, and not spitting all over the place. Because them damn teeth, man. Oof. Anyway. Yeah, so, she talks about how, she was talking to him crazy. So, I don't know. If I was Des, I'd be like, listen, we just gotta maybe love each other from a distance. I wouldn't, I understand maybe he's getting perks. So, why not get what you fit in, what is it? Get in where you fit in. Mm-hmm. For the time being. But yeah, if I was him, I'd kind of be like, I don't want your outbursts every 2 seconds. Like, you didn't raise me. You don't get the right to have outbursts like that. She needs the type of
energy where it's like, she calls you a bitch, and you like, fuck you too, bitch. Mm-hmm. And then y'all good again.
Yeah, that's what she wants. I can. It's exhausting. Sky is an exhausting personality. Yeah. That's very obvious. So, yeah, that's the whole Sky situation. With Dez and, him wanting to see his dad or wanting to speak with him. I guess we'll see that on the next episode as to, how that
I really would like to hear, because, he asked him a valid question about, like, okay, so my mother gave me up. Where were you at?
Yeah.
How can...
For you to say your mother, like, she was a child.
She took me out your life. Okay. When you surrender parental rights, the father, because I worked in the foster system, the father can always swoop in and take the kids. I'm
wondering if it still had something to do with their age, though. The age discrepancy, being that she was 14 and he was, 28?
When she surrendered her rights, actually her parents would have to surrender the rights, because I think when you're a minor, you don't even have parental rights per se, because I think you're still because you're still under your parents' guardianship, so your mom would have to do it.
I didn't think
about that. And then once that side once your maternal rights have been surrendered, the father always, because they'll, especially if there is an actual adoption, foster care might be, they'll reach out to the dad, they'll reach out, they go to court, and they try to like find the dad.
But then that's what I'm thinking, like, what if he was facing like a jail time or something?
Yeah, if he was facing jail time, if he was not convicted,
I think that was probably
he still
the
would
deal.
Be eligible for guardianship until he was convicted and was due for time. And even they try everything, unless you're a child abuser or you don't have proper housing. Yeah. They'll try everything to give the parent the right. If the father had the child and they relinquish their rights, they're gonna hunt the mother down.
Right.
And especially when they move on to do a legal adoption, because the father can always swoop in 10 years later and say, I never signed any of this to give me back my kid.
Yeah,
so
because
they try to resolve that.
Sky was in and out of jail, she gave the custody to the mother, her mother. And her mother was, I think, bipolar as well, so she couldn't handle it. And the mom is the one that gave them to the other lady who ended up raising them both.
They never really explained, but Sky lies on the show, so we
yeah,
don't really
her stories have a lot of holes in it.
Yeah.
But we know now is that, she's still not the best parental figure in the way she speaks to her kids and the way we see how she handles them. So we're going to see
I'm
next
hoping
episode.
that Red spills some truth.
Yeah,
or
we'll
some
see what happens.
Because her story's been fishy.
Yeah,
she said they were twins, all kinds of stuff. So
yeah.
I want to hear what he has to say about how this all went down. And of course, he's probably going to blow smoke and say, oh, I really tried my best. He didn't try his best. But tell us how you came to know Sky and, how you know that's your son and all of that good stuff. I want to know.
So we're going to see that next episode, what their sit-down conversation was like. And then what else happened? Lastly, we could say other than Donna and Alex decide to move ahead and actually sit down and talk to the lawyer. And the lawyer tells them that he has a case and they want to move forward. They try to serve Caesar at the shop before they leave for Foxwoods, but Mama Bay, you know, took the envelope. You know, her English ain't the best. She puts it in her purse and doesn't give it to him. She tries to give it to him once they get to the hotel, but being that Caesar's sick, Teddy's like, no. He's like, no, come back. I don't know why she just didn't give it to him. I guess we want to see the build up for the next episode.
Did somebody serve him?
Yeah, remember when she came, the server came in, and he was like, where's Caesar? And she was like, Caesar, he's not here. And he was like, I have a delivery, just sign here. And then he gave her the envelope.
I always thought you had to give it to the person.
Normally you do, if it probably wasn't a processed server. It was probably just
have like a pizza delivery, and you'd be like, for Tiffany, and that's me. And they're like, oh,
yeah, maybe it wasn't a processed server. Maybe it was just like certified.
Because you even seen like celebrities on stage, and somebody will reach down and pretend, and they'll be like, oh, what's this? And it's like,
yeah, I think that's if you're doing it through the processed server, but I think you don't have to. You don't have to do it that way. So yeah, that's pretty much the sum up of the 2 episodes. I think we got everybody in there. We'll see what happens on the next episode with everybody and how things turn out. So join us again for our review of episode 18 for Blackinkcrew. This is NYC Chat Room with Tiffany and Lauren. See you guys next time.